my gosh, okay.
And legal bird with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Now, Eyewitness News, first at 4.
And the driver's narrow escape. Plus,
he drugged me, raped me, and shoved money into my hand.
One of Bill Cosby's accusers files a lawsuit in New Jersey against him. Hear why she says she is coming forward now. And good afternoon, I'm David Navarro.
And I'm Liz Jones. We're going to begin with that breaking vaccine news. And a panel of experts who advise the FDA have voted this afternoon to recommend Moderna booster shots.
The panel supported the boosters for people 65 and older, as well as at-risk adults. And like the Pfizer vaccine, could be taken 6 months after being fully vaccinated. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger live on the Upper East Side with more on the breaking details. Josh.
Well, Dave, I'm standing in front of one of any number of drugstores across the city, across the country that have become ground zero in the fight against COVID, but that will again be busy as people with the Moderna vaccine likely in the next couple of weeks become eligible for their booster shots after an FDA advisory panel gave the initial green light.
So we do have a unanimous 19 out of 19 yes votes, and that concludes the voting portion.
So actually kind of curious, what symptoms did you guys get from your first and second COVID shot? Actually kind of curious. Like right now I have a headache, but not too bad.
As a booster for those who had Moderna at least 6 months ago. This, of course, was modeled not just on data from Moderna, but
also the Animal Crossing stream tomorrow. I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
From millions of vaccine recipients in that country, and the Minister of Health of Israel testified at the hearing today.
Also, if you guys hear background, my mom's watching TV and my brother just woke up, so yeah.
Nothing implemented at that time.
But
that period of time that got the curve to break.
Now, Moderna has said all along, and data has supported that it has provided longer.
I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube right now.
People who had the Pfizer vaccine, so there was a question about whether or not
Playing Tierra. I don't know how to say it, so I'm gonna just call it Terra. Terra, or whatever it's called that. It's kind of like my hair a little.
Your third brother was annoying the fuck out of me yesterday. He was constantly walking underneath my feet.
It's still at least a week or two before this actually becomes reality. A big step forward for those who are hoping they could get boosters.
I figured I'll play Terra on Twitch because I haven't played in a while, so I'll brush up my skills a little.
Thank you, Josh. Meanwhile, New York City reached a new vaccine milestone. 6 million people in the city have now received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. That breaks down to 85% of adults and 75% of teenagers. Mayor de Blasio made the announcement at his press conference today, and he says the city
Hello to whoever's watching. I hope you're doing well.
We are now one of the safest places in the entire country when it comes to COVID. At this point, there's only about 1 million adults left to be vaccinated. We're so close to where we need to get. We got more work to do. COVID's not leaving us immediately.
I don't know what that means, but good afternoon. It's afternoon here.
Hospitalization rate stands at 0.69%. Health officials say that is the lowest hospitalization level since the onset of the pandemic. A group of New York City teachers who are against the city's COVID vaccine mandate were back in court today, arguing their case. The Second Court of Appeals is being asked to overturn a lower court ruling that sided with the city. One appellate judge accused
Okay, now my arm's starting to feel sore from the fucking shot.
The city's policy requires teachers to get the shot or go on unpaid leave. If a teacher on leave gets another job, they lose their seniority if they choose to come back. No decision has been made yet in that case.
Meanwhile, schools on Long Island are seeing an alarming jump in COVID cases. There have been more than 5,200 cases among students and school staff since mid-September. In fact, the island leads the state in new cases for kids under the age of 17. And officials reiterated today that this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. Long Island reporter Kristen Thorne is live in Hempstead with more. Kristen.
Liz, it's really interesting when you look at this state.
So yeah, we're supposed to get Brewster in November for Animal Crossing, so that's gonna be pretty cool. I've been looking forward to him. I'm kind of hoping we get Katrina next, which is the future teller, Animal Crossing fortune teller, whatever, her, or the guys that you could do the island tours for, which is like I forgot his name. Oh my gosh. Oh, Captain. Yeah, him, the turtle.
She credits that to adults getting the vaccine and sort of cocooning children with their immunity. She says the state data shows what physicians already know, that kids should get vaccinated. The reason they're getting
also, I don't know if you guys know, but they
very clearly
found out who the Zodiac killer is, so that's pretty interesting. Apparently the guys did.
An infection. I asked the doctor about Miss C, that multi-system inflammatory condition that they see in children who have COVID infections, and she says they are absolutely seeing a rise in that in the last few weeks, and that is concerning to them, and yet another reason why they are telling parents you should get your children vaccinated, because that condition can have lifelong consequences. Here at Kennedy Park in Hempstead, this is
also another thing I want to talk about is I'm really glad they found out who Gabby Petito's cause of death is. Like, that guy should go to jail. I hope they find him. Because strangulation is not cool at all.
But how long will this October heat wave last? Meteorologist Brittany Bell in for Lee Goldberg, and she's over at the weather wall. Hey, Brittany.
Hey, David. We're going to hang on to these summer-like temperatures through Saturday.
Also, I probably won't be streaming long because
well above average
I am kind of out of it today.
Big cool down and rise throughout the second half of the weekend. Currently, though, in Central Park, it is 75 degrees. A beautiful afternoon. We have a lot of sunshine with a few clouds mixed in. Just shy of 80 degrees in Morristown. 77 in Newburgh and Belmar, up to 78 degrees. We also have a few clouds here and there throughout the rest of the evening.
So yeah, I figured I'll stream on YouTube for a bit and Twitch and then get off and chill.
So we stay dry and warm through the first half of Saturday, but showers stream in late Saturday, and then we have some very cool air on the way. More details about that in just a few. Liz?
We'll see you then. Thank you. A 14-year-old boy is recovering this afternoon after a frightening incident in Harlem. He was grazed in the head by a bullet as the teen stepped onto an MTA bus. It happened on 9th Street in 5th Avenue. Eyewitness News reporter Dan Krauth is at the scene with the very latest. Dan.
Liz, that teen, a 14-year-old, was walking right here down 139th Street and was getting on the bus, on the process of getting that bus, which is parked right here behind me, when a gunman fired not just one, but 2 shots, grazing that teen in the head and coming dangerously close to hitting the bus driver on board. The shattered window shows just how bad this could have been. The driver of the M1 bus stopped to pick up a 14-year-old at 10 this morning when the gunman opened fire on the teen as he was getting on board.
This young man was really blessed. He was blessed to not have the bullet penetrate his skull.
The director of Street Corner Services,
what the fuck is that? That's a weird looking bird.
And says he's going to
Get
be
it.
okay.
The only surprise was not that there was a shooting, but that it was happening so early.
And this right here is what helped protect the life of the 39-year-old driver. A thin metal bar came between him and the bullet.
And my heart goes out to the bus operator. And what a traumatic experience this must have been. And out of the grace of God, we know that he did not suffer any physical injuries.
Police say as of now, it does not appear to be a random act of violence. The teen was the target.
It looks intentional to me right now at this time.
Do you think this is gang-related?
Go get him.
It's definitely an avenue we're going to investigate.
I'm also playing Terra because it's kind of like Halloweenish, like there's zombies and like enemies that you can fight, so it's kind of like a Halloween type game in a sense, but not really. It's just like the zombie factor I think makes it kind of Halloweenish, so I figured figured stream that on Twitch.
This is not the first teenager or child to get struck by a bullet in New York City over the past few months. In fact, we've been doing some digging. The numbers have gone up dramatically over the last year. In fact, the last 2 years. We'll delve into more of that coming up tonight in about an hour, as well as why this is happening and what is being done about it. Reporting live in Harlem, Dan Kraut, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Dan. Breaking news, a teenager convicted in the stabbing death of Bernard College student Tessa Major learns his fate. Today, a judge sentenced 16-year-old Luciano Lewis to 9 years to life in prison. Lewis is one of 3 teens charged in Major's murder. He pleaded guilty last month to robbery and murder. Majors was an 18-year-old freshman when she was stabbed to death in a robbery gone wrong in Morningside Park in December of 2019.
Well, police are searching for the gunman who shot and killed an off-duty taxi driver in Westchester County. 62-year-old Andres Valenzuela was found on the ground in the parking lot of Giuliano's Caterer on Main Street, New Rochelle. Officers on patrol spotted his body just before 3 this morning. A co-worker at the taxi service said Valenzuela had just ended his shift around 2:40 this morning before the deadly shooting.
He worked a long time here in this company. I don't know what happened. I feel bad. No, it's bad. It's bad.
Well, anyone with information about the incident is urged to contact the New Rochelle Police Department. In Manhattan, police are searching for the 2 suspects who shot and wounded a man during an attempted robbery. It happened on Riverside Drive in Washington Heights just before 11 this morning. Detectives say the man was in his vehicle when 2 people jumped in and tried to rob him. The man was shot in the leg. He was treated at a hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. 2 suspects got away.
A good day on Wall Street as investors react to strong earnings and better job numbers. Healthcare and tech stocks are the biggest gains. Meanwhile, the latest Labor Department figures show applications for unemployment fell to the lowest level since the start of the pandemic. Here's a live look at the big board. You can see it rose $534 to close to $34,912.
A tragic love triangle coming up on Eyewitness News. New details about the jilted NYPD officer who allegedly shot her ex-girlfriend and killed that woman's new partner. And one of Bill Cosby's accusers files a civil lawsuit in New Jersey against the comedian.
I need my Eyewitness News every single morning.
Can assure me, I mean, you're on it. What's happening in my neighborhood?
I love Heather. She tells me if I need to reroute. Sam is the highlight of my morning. I know when it's gonna rain.
Eyewitness News this morning, only on Channel 7.
That is dumb. You called them dead. Dumb.
Volvo has more 2021 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards than any other brand.
Dignity. It demands that you can do simple things with ease while managing chronic pain. It demands a better understanding of your glucose levels so you can enjoy moving them. And that your heart stays connected to your doctor so you know it's beating as it should. At Abbott, we fight for these moments, developing life-changing technologies because dignity demands.
Wait, that funny? Wait, there's pumpkins. It is kind of Halloweenish. I love this.
When your home feels clean and happy,
The people inside are clean and happy too.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do
So yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get off. Let me figure out how to end this.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Well, there we go. Bye.